Hello, YouTube. This is Devon. I'm back with another film review. This is for the film that just released this Friday on Hulu called Bad Hair. And it's directed by Justin Simien. You may know him. He's the one that directed Dear White People, which was considered a satire on African Americans going to college at a prestigious white university. So the film Bad Hair is about a young African American woman named Anna. It's set in 1989, and what Anna is doing is she's trying to climb up the social ladder. And without giving away all the details of the plot, it looks like what happened is that she's working at a television station or company, similar to how MTV may have been back in the 1980s. So it's set in 1989. And what happens is they get a new director. There's another woman comes in, played by Vanessa Williams. And her old, the old program director or producer, she has to leave. And the company and the TV station and the channel is struggling. So what it looks like what happens is that she or the channel is birthing what TRL was to MTV, or what 106 in Park was to BET, and that Anna has the idea. And we all know, like in most situations, when someone has an idea, the boss might try to take credit for it while still trying to appease you and make you happy. And the biggest issue is that she gets, I believe the correct term is a sew-in weave done in her hair. And what happened is based off of old Negro folklore, that basically the hair kind of has a mind of its own. Or the best way to describe it would be somewhere between Medusa, in Greek mythology with the hair. And if you know anything about Marvel, his enemies, Venom and Carnage, how the symbiote, however you pronounce that, yeah, it kind of bonded with his host, and it had like a mind of its own. But it's also a satire, so it's a horror and it's supposed to be a comedy as well. And personally, I just don't think it was good. The actors in it, the main character was portrayed by Elle Lorraine. I don't know a lot about her. I hope she continues to prosper in her career. You have Jay Farrow, the comedian. You have James Van Der Beek. Dawson Creek. We all remember that show from the 90s. Lena Rafe was in the film. Vanessa Williams, like I mentioned earlier. Kelly Rowland was in the film. Blair Underwood was in the film. Usher was in the film. The Best Friend in Dear White People, the TV show, was in the film. The acting was good. I do believe Justin Simien is a good director and a cinematographer. He knows how to set stuff up. He gets the best out of his actors. It's made in the 80s. Well, it's set in the 80s, so it does kind of have like that 80s feel as far as just how it was shot with the camera work and things of that nature. The acting was good, but the plot was boring to me. You're watching the show and you see what she goes through, and we see what happens to her, how she starts changing, how she gets to sew and weave, and how she climbs up the ladder. And I just can't recommend this to anyone. I'm sorry. I think it was trash. I don't like to criticize people, but this is definitely a film that I don't recommend anyone seeing. I think the black woman will appreciate this film more than the average person does. I do appreciate and understand how black women in the workplace, how their natural hair can be viewed as unprofessional. I understand that. I've seen that happen in my own life, just the comments that people would make to them. So, she had no bad hairstyle, and then she gets to sew in, and apparently she gets the respect that she deserves. But you got to have self-love, and you're not your hair, and I get that, and I get that realization of everything. But to me, Shorty, I mean, if you feel down and out on yourself, then you need to change something. You know what I'm saying? Go to the gym, or comb your shit. I mean, goodness gracious. So it's supposed to be a satire, and most satires to me just aren't good. I don't like how you're supposed to make fun of something. You're either gonna make fun of something, it's gonna be a comedy, or you're gonna really address the situation. So I just don't approve of it. I don't recommend anyone watching this film. I mean, if you have a Hulu, I guess you can if you're bored one night, but you're definitely not going to rewatch it. But I don't really want to bash it anymore. So yeah, that was bad hair. I give it a C minus. Don't waste your time. I'm sorry I had to do that to you, Justin Simien, because I really actually appreciate your work as a director. But that's all I have on this. I say do me a big favor and subscribe, like, comment, subscribe down below. I'm going to be doing more film reviews and doing my own short films and monologues on the channel in the future. Thank you for watching. Y'all have a good day and be safe.